So, does anybody know what a millennial is? Huh?
I think that's my generation.
That's your generation? Were you born between 1981 and 2001? Yeah, you were. That's your generation. You're right. Thank God that you're different in your generation. But millennials were born from 1981 to 2001. And 50% of their children, 50% of their children were born out of wedlock. 50%, 57%. That's crazy, isn't it? It's crazy. It said that 64% of all millennial moms reported at least one birth out of wedlock. And we're not talking about uneducated people. We're talking about millennial moms who've had babies out of married. 67% have some college education. So what's driving this trend? That's a good question, right? I mean, what's driving this trend? Well, the largest cause is there's 1.2 million divorces in the United States every year. And here's another figure that it just shocks me. It said traditional families and families with two married heterosexual parents are now the minority in the United States. Huh? Is that possible? But here's another statistic that's just absolutely scary. It said 46% of millennials, and those are the people born between 1981 and 2001, and 44% of the Generation X's say marriage is becoming obsolete. Whoa, huh? So a Generation X is Xers are children born between 1960 and 1970. And things have really changed, right? Things have really changed in my lifetime. I'd say that things are getting worse. But some would not agree with me. And if they agree with me or not, it doesn't make a whole lot of difference. Agreeing with God is the most important, isn't it? I believe that everyone who calls himself a Christian must understand that God's plan was for a mother and a father to raise their own children. Do you agree? And yet, and I kind of struggle with putting this in here, but I think God asked me to. So it's God's plan that a mother and father raise their own children. Do you agree with me? Yeah. Right? Yeah, God asked Joseph to raise his son. Right? Huh? It was a little bit different situation. But, we've all read this. And I'm going to read to you Proverbs 31. We're going to start in the 10th verse, and we're going to read it to the end of the chapter. And while we're reading this, I want you to have an understanding of how things have changed. And we're taught that Proverbs is not an absolute But it says a wife of noble character, who can find? She is worth far more than rubies. And you know, I like to read that to my wife. A wife of noble character, I have found her. And she is worth far more than rubies. It says her husband has full confidence in her and lacks nothing of value. But I have full confidence in you, baby. And you lack nothing of value, neither do I. She brings him good, not harm, all the days of her life. She selects wool and flax and works with eager hands. And you know, in her case, she was an electrician. She's like the merchant ship bringing her food from afar. She gets up while it's still dark and provides food for her family and portions for her servant girls. She considers a field and buys it out of her earnings. She plants a vineyard. She sets about her work vigorously. Her arms are strong for her task. She sees that her trading is profitable and her light does not go out at night. In her hand she holds a distaff and grasps the spindle through her fingers. She opens her arms to the poor and extends her hand to the needy. And I thank you for being that kind of a woman, lady. When it snows, she has no fear for her household, for all of them are clothed in scarlet. She makes covering for her bed, and she is clothed in her fine linen and purple. Her husband is respected at the city gate. When he takes his seat among the elders of the land, her husband is respected at the city gate where he takes his seat among the elders of the land. She makes fine linens and sells them, and supplies the merchants with sashes. She is clothed with strength and dignity. She can laugh at the days to come. She speaks with wisdom, and faithful instruction is on her tongue. She watches over the affairs of her household and does not eat the bread of idleness. Her children arise and call her blessed, her husband also, and he praises her. Many women do noble things, but you surpass them all. Charm is deceptive and beauty is fleeting, but a woman who fears the Lord is to be praised. Give her the reward she has earned, and let her works bring her praise at the city gate. The times have changed everything. Huh? A lot of that scripture is not relevant at all today. You know? What do we think about the situation of families today compared to then? We must all agree that mothers of today have to be able to handle different things in different ways, right? Most mothers do not have servants, right? The mother they're talking about there, the woman they're talking about there, she feeds her servants. And mothers do not usually make their children's clothes or bedding. Yes, many things have changed, but the heart of a good mother is the same today as it was since Adam and Eve. And we talk about these single mothers. And that's something we should be praying about on a consistent basis. Right? Lifting them up in prayer. For those of us that have had children, you can't imagine how much I depended on Sharon. But I was still there to help her. And if she had been by herself, I couldn't imagine how hard that would be. And then, the hardship Satan starts to use. Right? I started in the middle of 31st Proverbs, but now I want to start at the front and read it because it's quite a bit different, but it still speaks. It says that the sayings of King Lemuel, an oracle his mother taught him, says, "Oh, my son of my womb, out of my son of my bowels, do not spread your strength on women, your vigor on those who rule kings." And you know, this is, I'm gonna look at something a little bit different here, because I read this morning. That translation doesn't correspond with the rest of my sermon. Yeah. Both NIV versions says the sayings of King Lemuel, an inspired utterance his mother taught him. Listen, my son. Listen, son of my wombs. Listen, my son, the answer to my prayers. Do not spread your strength on women, your vigor on those who rule kings. It is not for kings, Lemuel. It is not for kings to drink wine, nor for rulers to crave beer, lest they drink and forget what has been decreed, and deprive all the oppressed of their rights. Let beer be for those who are perishing, wine for those who are in anguish. Let them drink and forget their poverty, and remember their misery no more. And you know, I want people to understand this ain't God talking about drinking. It's not. This is the utterance of his mother. And what we're taught is that the Proverbs are not absolute. Speak for those who cannot speak for themselves, for the rights of those who are destitute. Speak up and judge fairly. Defend the rights and the poor and the needy. And you know, this is the first verse says, the sayings of King Lemuel, an inspired utterance his mother taught him. And you know, when I read that, I can see my mother talking to me like his mother was talking to him, right? And I'm just, listen, my son. Listen to what I'm telling you, right? I mean, that's what my mom would talk to me. That's the way she talked to me. Do not do that. That's not for you. That's the way my mother talked to me. You know, she was pointing out the things that I should not be doing. She was constantly talking to me about what I should be doing, and she expected me to listen to her. Listen, my son, listen to me. Do you ever talk to your kids that way? Did your mom ever talk to you that way? Huh? Listen to me, Tanya. I want to tell you what, huh? Do not do that. It is not for you. But then, you know, I can also see my mom telling me, speak up for those who cannot speak for themselves. Speak up for the poor and needy. Yes, I can see my mother, God bless her soul, speaking to me in the same way. It is the love of God that has been transferred into the mother's heart. The love that God describes in 1 Corinthians 13, 4 and 7. Love is patient. Love is kind. It does not envy. It does not boast. It is not proud. It does not dishonor others. It is not self-seeking. It is not easily angered. It keeps no record of wrong. Love does not delight in evil, but rejoices with the truth. It always protects, always trusts, always hopes, and always perseveres. And you know, that was the love my mother showed me. That's the heart of a good mother. It's the heart of God wants to create in every mother. He wants to transfer His love into the heart of everyone, not just mothers. But it does seem natural. It does seem like it comes naturally in the heart of a godly mother. You know, it's not hard for a mother to love like God asked her to love. We thank God for that. You know, we're going to ask if anybody wants to come up and share the love that their mother showed them. So who's going to jump up and come running up here? Val?
You know, I had an awesome mom. She raised 17 of us. And you know, I remember when I was a kid, I grew up in southern Missouri. And I remember growing up, and every night when we went to bed, my mama was always kneeling at the side of the bed. That's one memory that I got from mom and stuff. And you know, she always knelt on the foot of the bed and stuff. And you know, I don't know how she done it. You know, when you're a kid, the only thing you care about is just going outside and having fun and stuff. But when I got up, when I grew older and stuff, and left home and stuff, you know, then I realized, you know, how much mother's prayer held us together, and still, oh, you know, she made a bond there, and that bond still, to this day, I carry it with me and stuff. And I got a privilege, the last time I see mama, you know, I only, you know, if you love mother, if you can, you need to spend as much time as you can with her. So I only got to see my mama maybe once or twice a year and stuff, because she didn't deserve it. But I remember the last time I seen her and stuff, she was there, and I went to her, she was in the wheelchair, and I knelt down by the wheelchair. I put my head on her knee and stuff, and I said, Mom, I want to thank you for everything you've done, for all your prayers, and for everything you've done, you know, for being with us and stuff. And you know, she looked at me and she said, you know, that's what mothers do. That's what mothers do. She said, well, I want you to do something. Just continue to pray for one another. And you know, she embellished that and every one of us to pray for one another. When I talk to my sisters or my brothers, you know, we always lift up one another. That's one thing about my mother and that really installed in us was prayer. And you know, she was an awesome mom. She really was. I know that you all got an awesome mom. But my mom was really awesome. And you know, I miss it to this day. Every time I think about it, you know, I really do. And you know, like I say, your mother's still alive. You need to hold her. You need to kiss her. You need to tell her how much you love her. Because you know, them days will be gone. You know, she'll be gone. And all you have is memories and stuff. And I got awesome memories of mom. You know, I got memories of, you know, she made a wish on me too, you know, when I done mom and stuff. My daddy dealt with a lot of old cancer depression and stuff. But you know, that's an awesome memory that I got. And I can't wait to see it. You know, I know that she's in glory because I know she got saved and stuff. And I know what she's at, and that's a reassurance to me and stuff. But one of these days, I'm going to see her and stuff. And you know, there won't be no parties, there won't be no sorrow. There'll be no heartache, no tears, no pain. You know, we'll be there with Jesus forever and stuff. And you know, that's something that we got to our loved ones and unborn and stuff. You know, they're saved and stuff. You know where they're at. My daddy went to, and I got two brothers already that went and stuff. And I know where they're at. I know where they're at and stuff. And I know that one of these things, I'm going to see them again. If I stay faithful, if I stay true, you know, But I just want to say that I want to tell everybody, if you got a mother, you better appreciate it, and you better tell her how much you love her. Don't wait till tomorrow, because tomorrow will be too late. I mean, the mother is acting up. Right now is the time to tell her. Don't hold back what you don't hold back what you can do for your mother. Don't say, well, I'll go see her tomorrow. Tomorrow is the day.
Thank you, Ralph. Ralph. Huh?
I will, I'll talk about it. And that's what she always told me, don't ever talk about anybody, don't ever say anything about anybody, nothing, anyway, not bad. But my mom was, she helped everybody that she could. She fed anybody that was hungry. She cared about people. Everybody liked her. And she taught me about Jesus, because she loved him, God, and she always said, don't ever say anything bad about anybody, don't talk about anybody. And if somebody did something against you, and she would tell us, you don't have to be like them, just, be nice to them. And I really miss my mom, but I know where she is. And she was a very good, loving person, and I miss her. And I see her in you ladies, because she was loving and kind, and you ladies are like that. Happy Mother's Day.
I just wanted to say that I guess the greatest gift that my mom gave me was introducing me to God and Jesus at a young age, and he was through my difficult years, I was always able to talk to God, and I knew that he was always there. And then also she taught me that if you wanted to do something in your life, you wanted something in life, that you just had to go after it and do what you needed. And that with God, all things were possible.
Anybody else?
Do I have to walk up there?
Yeah.
I guess for my mother, I would say, well, I got to find her, she didn't have 17 kids, but she had 5 and 4 of them were boys, so I know how hungry boys can be. Most of that time, she raised them by herself, and I think how God, he made men strong with muscle and, stuff that way, but he made women strong in character. And I think, I don't know, it's just see how he hooked them together, the two things. Because my mom, okay, well, she had 5 kids, she went through a divorce, she raised us most of the time by herself, and she worked full time. And we were honored. I mean, I can say we were honored kids. And she went through all that, and she forgave us of anything we did when we were younger. I know I caused her a lot of grief when I was younger. And she forgave, now we're closer now than we ever were. She forgave all of us. And she still forgives us when we did something that maybe makes her sad or angry or something. A mother's forgiveness never quits, and I think that's it. The forgiveness is, God gave her forgiveness just like
everybody.
And
Thank you. You know, one of the things that, I remember what my mother did. We never ever went to church. But, when I was a little boy, he took us to the Bible and knelt at the bed and prayed. And it's the only prayer I knew. Now I don't even know it anymore. But, something about going to sleep if I arrive. There you go.
Till I die before I wake.
Now
Pray
I
the Lord
lay
my
me
soul
down
to
to sleep. I pray the Lord my soul to keep. If I should die before I wake, I pray the Lord my soul to take. Right? And that's basically all I knew. And you know, until I was way into my adult years. But one of the things, and I just want to close with this. I want somebody to know something about these two ladies here. A mother and a daughter, right? And a daughter that has daughters. But because of the mother that Sharon was, these two are best friends. Right? Not just mother and daughter, but best friends. And I give God all the honor and all the glory for that. You know, today, I want to wish everybody a happy Mother's Day. To all the mothers and all the ladies that have taken the role of a mother. Because, you know, we know that there's some that have taken the role of their mother. And you know, we all could stand up here and tell about the love that we have for our mothers, but we also, if we're going to be really honest, we can probably see some faults in them. Right? And she's your mother, regardless of how good she is or how bad she is. Right? She's your mother. You would not be here if it was not for her. You would not be the same person that you are if it was not for her. And you know, if you need to rejoice and can rejoice in who your mother is, then rejoice. And if your mother had some shortcomings and she needs some forgiveness, then forgive, right? Because she's still your mother. We'll play one more song and we'll close.